Hello everyone. Today, I'd like to discuss perhaps the most scandalous and undoubtedly the riskiest film Disney has released in recent years. I believe many of you have already guessed that I'm talking about the upcoming Snow White remake set to premiere in March 2025. We have an intriguing update in this regard. News has emerged that the conflict between Rachel Segler, who plays Snow White, and Gal Gadot, portraying the evil witch, has escalated to an even more serious level. This development casts doubt on the entire promotional campaign for the future film. Additionally, information has surfaced suggesting that Rachel Segler's controversial and certainly not obvious casting choice for Snow White was a personal vendetta by Disney's CEO, Bob Iger. Moreover, a new trailer for the remake has leaked online, while the previous promotion broke another anti-record, a failure even unprecedented for Disney. In short, this is going to be extremely interesting. So, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. Casting controversy, Rachel Segler as Snow White. Let's begin with the casting of Snow White and the selection of Rachel Segler for this role. I think few will argue that if someone else had been chosen for this iconic role, most of the problems facing the upcoming mega-expensive, and likely mega-failing, remake could have been avoided. Think about it. Initially, no one knew much about this film, but there was already talk that Disney, as usual, chose an unsuitable actress for a role that seemed obvious and clearly defined centuries ago by the original fairy tales authors. Even then, the critics had already raised significant concerns about the upcoming remake, similar to a tsunami. But that was just the beginning. Rachel Segler's public criticism. If Rachel had been more reasonable, she might have mitigated some of the initial negativity. Instead, the young actress began to engage in conflicts with the audience, criticizing the very story of Snow White that generations grew up with. She implied that the original was nonsense and that the remake would show everyone the right way to tell the story, naturally failing to generate positive emotions among viewers. Even years before the premiere, the number of people interested in seeing the film plummeted. Among those eager to see what Disney would do, there aren't many, fortunately, because besides this fiasco, there are other films and series still worth watching. Bad casting decision. Returning to Snow White, all this points to the fact that casting Miss Segler was simply the worst decision Disney could have made. Moreover, it seems obvious that this casting should never have happened. So, the question arises, why and by whom was this done? An interesting leak recently surfaced on social media. While I can't guarantee its accuracy, it suggests that Rachel Segler's casting was a form of public retaliation or demonstration by Disney's boss, Bob Iger, against internal opposition within the company, particularly from billionaire and Disney shareholder Nelson Peltz. Peltz has been criticizing Iger's management decisions for years, including those related to film production. Internal power struggles. Insiders claim that casting Segler was a way for Iger to assert his authority, signaling to his opponents that he would proceed with his vision regardless of internal dissent. Fair to say, after years of battling Iger, Mr. Peltz has essentially acknowledged his defeat. If these reports are true, Disney ended up with this particular Snow White. Such a decision resembles a spiteful act, like cutting off someone's ears out of spite. On the other hand, from a commercial standpoint, some of Disney's projects, like the recent Deadpool installment or the second puzzle, require the boss to maintain considerable resilience, possibly even taking such reckless steps deliberately. After all, Iger risks not his own money but that of the shareholders, who largely support Disney's long-standing leadership. It's an interesting story, wouldn't you agree? Negative trailer reception. Regardless of its truth, the result of Disney's top management decisions is evident. For instance, the trailer for the upcoming Snow White has already broken records for dislikes on YouTube, reaching over 345,000 dislikes. At the time of the initial release, the trailer received approximately 96.5 likes against 1.3 million dislikes, a staggering like-to-dislike ratio of about 1:13, clearly unfavorable for the new Snow White. This made the project the worst Disney remake in their history at that point. However, this was not the end. Months later, the number of dislikes surged to over 1.3 million, with only 96.5 likes, and the total dislikes reached around 345,000. This situation indicates a like-to-dislike ratio of more than 1 minute and 3.5 seconds, still heavily against the authors and the future Snow White, demonstrating how negatively people feel about the upcoming remake. Public reaction and comments. The most liked comments under the trailer further illustrate the widespread disappointment. Comments like, "Wow Disney, you're truly incredible. It took you 3 years, numerous reshoots, unnecessary CGI, and $29 million just for me to enjoy the comments section of a movie I will never watch. Stay healthy," and "It's all CGI, but they call it a live-action film. Strange," or "Such a Snow White, don't waste your time. I don't need a prince to save me," show that potential future viewers, or those who could have been future viewers, are already disinterested in the film. On top of that, Disney's massive budget infusion into this project, combined with the costs of multiple reshoots ranging from $250 to $400 million, makes recouping these expenses an extremely challenging task for Disney. Additional scandals and conflicts. Adding to the woes, a few months ago, we reported how Rachel Segler stirred up an unnecessary scandal around her film by commenting on the trailer's release. It seemed she began weaving politics into her manifesto, particularly supporting Free Palestine. Her co-star, Gal Gadot, an Israeli actress, faced backlash on social media, with some calling for a boycott of the movie due to Gadot's nationality and perceived anti-imperialist stance. This conflict led to a complete breakdown in communication between Segler and Gadot. Recently, Gadot informed Disney that she does not intend to promote Snow White alongside Segler in the future. If these reports are accurate, the crippled Snow White will lose the support of her once polarizing and beloved actress, Gal Gadot. Conclusion. Whether these reports are true or not, the outcome of Disney's management decisions is clear. The Snow White remake is plagued by casting disputes, negative reception, and significant financial risks. Disney's choice of Rachel Segler has led to a project overshadowed by controversy and diminishing support from both fans and internal stakeholders. As the release date approaches, it remains to be seen whether Disney can overcome these obstacles or if Snow White will indeed become one of their most problematic remakes to date. Lastly, in Brazil on October 23, a new trailer for the upcoming Snow White was released, although it was not officially presented and likely won't reach a wide audience. For now, we're wrapping up. Please leave your comments, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.